Barton FM, following Barton Town. Sport on Barton FM is sponsored by Easy Buy.
Welcome to Swans Talk with me, Richard Watts. We'll start by joining Trevor Richins down at Baysgarth School.
This evening we've got Nathan Hotte, team captain. Hello Nathan.
Hi, you alright?
Fine, thank you. How's it going?
Yeah, not too bad. Obviously, the weather's beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'd imagine pitch might be struggling for Saturday, which is
I think
a bit of a shame. But yeah, it's one of them things, isn't it? Can't really do what about it.
So obviously you're new to the team this season.
Yeah.
And you were out early on after having, was it a broken rib?
Yeah, just in training. I just went in with Tom Warby and he caught me with his elbow and just cracked one of my ribs. But yeah, that was obviously a couple of months ago now. So yeah,
all better now.
All fine now, yeah.
So what's it like playing at this level? You've obviously played at a lot higher level.
Yeah, I mean, I've won this league probably going back 12 years ago when I was at Brid the first time around. To be fair, it's a good standard. There's like a lot of players what could easily play in a lot higher. But you can see from the league, the top 8 teams are sort of anybody can beat anyone, and yeah, it's a decent standard.
And your role as captain, what does that involve on the pitch?
I just try to lead by example.
Right.
I say I've been captain at quite a few other clubs, so yeah, I just try to lead by example with the way I play, really.
You get Nathan Jarman in your ear.
I mean, it's just selective hearing, isn't it, with the managers?
Right.
Yeah, Jarman is one of the managers he likes to shout and get his point across, but yeah, he gets the guys going, and that's all that matters.
We've obviously got a fairly stable squad. Is that important, do you think?
Yeah, when you've got a tight knit squad, obviously people go the extra mile for each other. There's not as much as a turnaround in personnel and stuff. So yeah, I think that works well.
And does that make it difficult for new players to come in? We've obviously had a few new ones in the last few weeks. We've got Ryan that's coming as keeper.
Yeah, I mean, the great set of lads. I don't think anybody struggles to sort of fit in what wants to come in. Yeah, it's a good set of lads, so I don't think that's an issue. And
one of the questions I always ask is favourite food, favourite drink?
Favourite food?
Yeah.
Quite partial to an Indian. Don't mind an Indian.
Okay. What, a chicken boona or something
like
that?
A medium, maybe like a chicken tikka karai, something like that, medium. Okay. And then drink, probably just a pint of Peroni or something like that.
Okay. Do you like the occasional drink?
Yeah, I don't.
Others have said they don't drink, really.
Who's that?
Oh, are they all lying?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I don't mind a drink on a weekend. Yeah, not so much in the thingy, but yeah, on a Saturday night, I'll have a few.
Right, okay, thanks very much.
Cheers.
Also down here we've got the youth team, under 16s, and the managers, Sean Money, Darren Mason. How's it going?
Good evening, Trevor. Yeah, not bad, mate. Not bad, thank you. Long time no see.
Yes. You've not had a game recently?
No, I think it'll be 5 weeks this Sunday since we've played.
Okay.
We can look forward to a game away at Kroll this Sunday.
Right. Yeah. So how's the team going?
Good. Camaradary's there, isn't it?
Right.
Yeah, they're all right. Yeah.
Does having a long layoff against games make them, I would say, not sharp, but
not sharp. I hope hungry to play. Right. But the team we're playing, we drew 3-3 down here when we should have really won it.
It is a little bit of a concern having that length of time off. We do prefer to play as regularly as we can. It keeps the boys sharp, and Kroll are a good side, so we need to be on it on Sunday.
They've gone second now, haven't they? Yeah, they've gone above us. We've got a game in hand. The team at the top is slipping a bit. Like Daz says, the gap in the season hasn't really helped us, but hopefully we'll hit the ground running on Sunday and claim that second place back and push on.
So when's your next home game, which obviously they played here, aren't they?
A week on Sunday. Yeah, Botsford Colts a week on Sunday.
Okay.
10.
Bottisford. We always have, even the first team have fun with Bottisford.
Yes, we do too.
And you mentioned you've got a cup game coming up?
Right, yeah, we've just drawn Links Cup third round. We've had some buys and we've got a very hard game away at Healing. And I think it's in January. I thought it was December. I think it's January the game.
Okay.
They're very, very difficult.
Yeah, they're a very good side.
Mid-Links team. Yeah, they're good. They're a good team.
Actually, just thinking about that, because obviously January is not very good for weather sometimes. We obviously play on a 3G pitch. Or do you not play on the 3G pitch here?
We play on the 3G pitch at home, but the Healing game's drawn away, which is a boggy ground. I remember playing there as a kid. It's at the British Legion. It's not the greatest pitch, but.
So how does that affect the players and the game you play? Because obviously it's a completely different pitch. We obviously have problems with the first team.
Yes.
Is that the same for the youth team as well?
Well, they struggle to keep the ball down and play the way they want to play, the way we want them to play.
Right.
You can do that on the 3G in any season, but obviously on a boggy pitch, it makes it harder, doesn't it?
And are you likely to get postponed games because of the pitches as much as we do at
Away games? Yeah, obviously not this season at home because we're on here.
Yeah.
Ice and snow, you're not allowed to play on 3Gs, but other than that, game on.
We can't play with snow?
No, Mr. Wright, Chris Wright at the school has said, I think there's something on the surface that you can't play. It damages it, I think.
Okay, so you're with the pitch you can't use when it's snowy or icy.
Well, he said snow and ice. Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Okay.
I think it damages it. I think so.
I know we went to Hemsworth where they've got a 3G pitch.
Yes.
And you weren't allowed on the pitch in trainers.
That's right. Yeah, you're not on here.
Yeah.
No, you've got to have moulded studs.
Keep off the pitch, Trip.
Yeah, you've got to have moulded studs. You can't have metal studs. You can't have trainers because it just rips the carpet underneath, I believe.
Right.
So,
Okay.
there you go.
Right. Well, it looks like the weather might have eased off a little bit. It was a bit damp.
It gets better just as we're finishing. Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for your time, gentlemen.
That's all right, Trevor.
And good luck on Sunday.
Thank you very much.
Cheers. Finally, let's see if we can get a few words with Nathan Jarman, manager of the first team, down here training again. Look back at the game against Goldcar and look forward to this weekend's game against Emily, which, if the weather doesn't improve, I suspect might be off. Good evening, Nathan.
Good evening, Trevor.
Last game, Goldcar.
Yes, Goldcar away.
So there's a new team we've not played before.
Mm-hmm.
And not ground, obviously, we haven't been to before.
Yeah.
1 point away. It felt a bit like a loss.
Yeah. Maybe not a loss, but I do understand what you mean. But as the saying goes, a point away is always a good point. Yeah. But I said it straight after, when you've been in front twice, it does taint it a little bit. There's a tinge of sadness. Maybe not sadness is the disappointment. Sadness is the wrong word. But yeah, it is what it was, or is what it is. We didn't defend well enough straight after we'd scored on 2 occasions, and it was not like us. Not like us at all, really. So I want to happy with it. We've had a couple of enforced changes for this Saturday. So yeah, there'll be a few changes now. Yeah.
Right. First goal for Sam Cable.
Yeah. Could have had another, yeah.
Could have had another. And we also had first goal for Henry Parr.
Yeah.
You got an assist for?
Want me? It was Tom Davey. No,
okay.
It was the long throw. I'd gone to the back post, and I think Tom's managed to turn, swivel and shoot. The keeper's parried it, and although I did go to set off to run, Henry was miles there before me.
Right. Good.
Yeah, good.
And Craig King came off just about half time.
Yeah, he's not good, Craig. Keeps picking up these niggly ones, like a little soft tissue ones where he's getting a little strain here and a strain there, and it was his hamstring, and that's why he felt he could carry on, because it wasn't a complete pull. So he went down for a couple of minutes. We got him back up, got him back on, and then after another minute, he couldn't carry on. So. Yeah, not brilliant, but he's not going to be involved for a couple of weeks.
And he's not here tonight, is he?
No, but it's such a long way for him to drive. Right. It's an hour and 20 minutes.
Okay, dedication for him.
Yeah, so that's why he's. We don't expect to see him on a Tuesday if we're training, but yeah, he's here every Thursday. But yeah, he's not here tonight because of the injury. And I just said, see a physio over your way. There's no point wasting 20-30 quid in fuel or whatever it costs. I don't know what it is, but for him to drive over and wait for a couple of hours just to see the physio.
Okay. Saturday, assuming the weather stays okay, which I think might be a bit doubtful.
I've been down at the ground and it's completely underwater.
Okay.
It's ridiculous.
Right.
And now, I mean, you can see it's under the floodlights. It looks ridiculous here, but I mean, we'll keep our fingers crossed. But there's no way there's any machinery getting on the pitch.
Yeah. So theoretically, all going well, we've got Emily.
Yeah.
Second in the division.
Yeah, tough game, but
and top goal scorer in the league so far, Joe Jagger.
Yeah, Jagger. Yeah, he was good last year. I mean, I don't know if you remember, but he went in goal against us last year. Managed to get Curtis to hit the ball wide from a penalty, and he was taking his goal kicks and absolutely lacing him. There was moving all over, and we beat them twice last year. I know they've improved and they've done well, but like I say to you every time, we're a good team and we relish playing anyone. So bring it on.
Anything particular to handle Joe Jagger in mind?
No, the league don't lie. We've conceded 10 goals in 16 games. We're defensively pretty sound. Yep. I'm not dismissing it and saying like he won't score again. I'm not saying it like that. I'm saying that we're a good team and we work hard for each other and we look after each other. If someone makes a mistake, then someone else is there to rectify it. If it's a defender, then the keeper's there to do it. If it's a midfielder, then the defenders, and so on. We defend from the front. We expect our strikers to be our first line of defence, and they are. So, no, to answer your question, there's nothing in particular in place to contain Jagger, but we will be going all out to stop him.
Now, one final thing. Next, obviously, you generally train Tuesday and Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
Next week, we're playing away at Albion Sports on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Does that mean you change the training around? Training on Monday next week?
No. It'll depend because people have different jobs and people work around football. And if they've already booked Tuesday, Thursday, me for instance, I normally work Wednesday and I won't be able to. But no, training. I mean, the pictures I've seen of the pitch today at 3:00, and then I've just been down to it, and obviously we've had another 4 hours rain on top of that. There was like 50% of the pitch underwater. It was ridiculous. So we are.
So you'll train on Saturday if there's no game.
Yeah, if there's no game on Saturday, then we've got a contingency in place to train. But looking at it, I would say that's probably going to be the course of action. We're going to train somewhere on Saturday because we don't want to go Thursday to Wednesday game 6 days without doing anything with them.
Okay, thank you very much.
No, cheers.
For the latest Barton Town news and information, visit the club's website at www.bartontownfc.co.uk.
I'm joined by Aaron Walton. We've got a draw at Golker to look back on. It was a good game of football.
Was for the neutral. It wasn't. If you're as a Barton Town fan, you'd be chewing your nails down to the knuckles, I think.
Yeah, it was, yeah.
It was certainly both teams played some lovely football. There's no doubt about that. Barton played some lovely football, but Golker did first half, didn't they, Richard? I mean, the goal that we were commentating behind certainly led a charmed life.
It did, yeah.
What was it, post bar?
I can't believe when you look at the league table and Golker are sat there at 17th.
Can't believe it. There's so much better than where the position is. I think Golker have got the Barton Town disease. They've drawn too many games.
Yeah.
They've not seen games out. They've 1-1, 2-2, that type of thing. I just don't think they can see games out. But they're a really good team. Got some wonderful players, haven't they? I mean, we can wax lyrically about Joe Scars, can't we? How good he is, ex-professional, just spraying that ball about like there's no tomorrow, crossing. I was impressed. Before we get onto the Barton performance, I just like talking about Golker. I was impressed with quite a few of their guys. The lad who sounds like he's a firm of solicitors, Slater, Bark and Barnes. Yes. It was really good down that wing, wasn't he?
It was, yeah.
I mean, it was marking him. It was Scott Matthews. I think Scott Matthews did really well, but I don't think Scott wants many of them games where he's having to track back and tackle like that.
That's right. Yeah,
he certainly had to put some work in. I thought who was it? Buddy Cox, the big striker. He looked a handful, didn't he?
Yeah.
About 6'4" and about 16 stone, but didn't look a pound overweight, did he? He just looked, looked like a prize fighter. He put himself. Oh, Daniel Nedoli, really good. Yeah, just don't even need a sniff. Banks in.
Yeah,
really good finisher. And who else? I always like Leon Henry. I've always liked Leon Henry, the fullback, when he played for Yorkshire Amateurs. I mean, Leon must be nearly 40 now, but he's got a good engine on him. He really has. So, as we said, false position really for Golka, I think.
Yeah, I do.
Difficult place to find.
It certainly is.
But when you get there, it's a nice little setup. It's it's, as I say, it's a nice setup. It was a good game for the neutral. Little bit disappointing for us to score, then let one in so quickly both times. It'd be nice to see the game out. Controversy, as per usual.
Yeah.
Disallowed goal. I don't know whether you could see it too well on the video playback. Has Coach Jarman had his thoughts about that one yet? Has he said anything?
No, I don't think so. He said no. I think his view was that it's not clear on the video, which it isn't.
It isn't, is it?
It's clear as daylight from our position.
Absolutely. I mean,
we had a great look at it.
Yeah, I mean, it was flicked on at the near post, and Sam Cable, like all attackers, he's preempting that. He's on the move. As soon as the ball's been touched, he's on the move. So by the time the ball gets to him, he looks offside. But he started behind the defender. The defender just didn't react.
That's right.
So, and then the linos give offside. And now he's struggling to see through a melee of players. So I think he's guessed a little bit. You cannot be 100% certain. But we get them. You get them. You don't get them. I know people are big believers in it evens itself out, but it's still galling when you get the goal and they disallow it.
It is, but I don't think it does even itself out. I mean,
yeah,
because I mean that would have been 3 points. That's a big difference.
Yeah, I mean, me and you have always had this little discussion, haven't we? When people say it evens itself out, and you've always said, "Well, you don't think it does." I think we had a slice of luck when we played Penistone with the referee, didn't we? With a couple of the penalties. I mean, the penalty for handball, it would have been spitting feathers if he'd have given that against Barton.
Yeah.
So, but as I say, there's no, what you're going to get at this level with the referee and linesman. I mean, as I say, I was at Winterton last night watching Winterton and Handsworth. Just the same, really.
Yeah.
Referee. I think, to be fair, Lee Wrigley was refereeing the game. So, and I don't think Lee would disagree with me if he heard me, but he certainly was sort of showing the referee what to do and where to go and that type of thing. So, yeah, but that's what happens when you get younger referees. Well, they've got to learn.
Yeah.
So that was a point, Richard. I thought it was a good game, well-earned point. We're dropping down the table a little bit, but we're still not losing. We're just drawing, aren't we? And then we've got teams like, you've got Emley on a 15-game unbeaten run. The last time they lost, I checked, and it was July, and it was Ferriby. So it must have been the first game of the season.
Right, yeah. Yes, I think it was. Yeah, I think it was.
And they haven't lost since. So that's a hell of a...
Yeah, it
and
is.
what Emley have done, I know we're going to talk about Emley in a minute. What Emley have done is it seemed to have kept most of the players from last season and just added a little bit of I don't know, flair, a little bit of talent, a little bit of young players in there, also the old heads as well. So they've got a really good blend there. But other teams as well, they're on good runs. Silsden, they've come from nowhere. They're up there, aren't they? They've had a good run. Silsden, Garforth are always there. Garforth there and thereabouts. And now last night with Winterton winning, they've gone above us. Winterton are one of those teams that are always there or thereabouts. So all the clubs. Yeah, go on, Rich.
I was going to say, I always think you need to average. If you're going to challenge the top, you need to average 2 points a game, and we're just under that at the moment, aren't we? Ferriby, just over. Emily are just over it, and Ferriby are over it a little bit more, but not massively.
Yeah. I think is it 1.83 or something like that, or 1.56?
Yeah, we've scored. We've got 30 from 16, haven't we? So we're just 2 points short.
Yeah, I mean, if we look back a couple of seasons ago, it's worlds apart. We're doing so well, and to be so upset and frustrated that we're not winning this, but we're drawing, you know, and you're thinking, God, am I really saying that as a Barton Town fan? Do you know what I mean? How fickle we are.
Yeah,
but that's how well they're playing. They're playing. They've got some smashing players. I mean, Saturday, some really good performances from all of them. Starting with Ryan Musselwhite, saves when he needed to. You know, he did really well. Who else did we have? We had the back guys really worked hard. I mean, I've never seen Scott Matthews work so hard. You know, getting back and having to defend. He usually does plenty of rampaging down the wing, doesn't he, attacking? But he was really, you know, he had his defender's hat on Saturday and did really well. Another guy I was impressed with was his name eludes me at the moment, and that's not good. Tom Davey.
Yeah, he's had an excellent season, I think.
Anti-just, and I think that's just the continuity of playing rather than being off injured, having to get himself back fit again. Just that sort of long sort of run of being sort of fit. He's done really well. Taz Air, of course, always Taz and Josh Lacey always give 100%. Then the midfield, we've got Mr. Smooth as Silk, Nathan Hotte. I'm a little bit concerned about Kingy going off. Craig King. He went off.
That's a shame.
Yeah, I don't know if he'll recover, but getting to Saturday's game, it might be a blessing in disguise if it's postponed. Kingy might be fit for Tuesday night. We never know. So, but
and what an addition Sam Cable looks up front.
Oh, absolutely.
When he's up to speed.
Definitely. Look, as we've seen when he was at goal, handful. That's the word I would use. We missed one player though, didn't we? We missed one player on Saturday. Who was that? We really missed. You can't replace him.
You can't. Tom Davey. Yeah, not Tom Davey. Tom Warby.
Tom Warby. You've got you've got me rubbing off on you, Richard, saying the wrong names. Thomas Wardby Esquire. Yeah. He's one of them players. Just can't replace, can you?
No, nobody can leap like he can and win headers in the air like he can. He's just he's a unique player.
He certainly was. I mean, Ben Hinchcliffe ran his socks off again, closing down. Didn't get many chances, but that second half when he latched onto that that through ball, you know, I think if it had been City, he'd have scored.
Yeah, probably would have. Yeah.
He hit it too well.
And I've never seen him win so many headers as he did on Saturday.
Oh, didn't he just? Yes, really good. Yeah, he was leaping. He was making up for Tom. Will Warby shot as well in the second half. That took a wicked deflection, and their keeper. Good save, wasn't it? So all in all, I mean, fair. I think it's a fair result, 2-2. I think if we'd have won, we'd have come away thinking we was a bit lucky there. But you need to be lucky sometimes, don't you?
You do, yeah.
I mean, I think Ferriby was a bit lucky again by all accounts, chatting to some Handsworth fans at Winter, and they were saying it was again another dodgy penalty to make it 3-2. And then obviously Handsworth were chasing the game, Ferriby get them on the break 4-2. So seems to be the luck with Ferriby at the moment.
They look unstoppable in the league, don't they? It's surprising midweek they lost to Hall Road.
Yeah. And I mean, it wasn't a bad team they put out, was it?
No, it wasn't, no.
So maybe just not the emphasis was there on the county cups. We know what we feel about county cups, Richard. We won't repeat it on air.
No.
But they seem to be like a runaway train at the moment, don't they?
Yeah.
And Emily seemed to be number 2, but as I say, you've got a pack chasing behind. So your Garforths, your Silsdens, your Wintertons, Barton Town. they're all there within, I think it's 3 points, aren't they, of
that's
Emily?
right.
So, there's nothing in it, absolutely nothing in it. So we go to Saturday, Richard, Saturday. If it's on, because we've had a hell of a lot of rain and we know what the pitch down at the Easy Buy's like. It's a bit like a sponge, without wringing it out, so to speak. We have Emily, who we've just been eulogising about. So, going to be a tough one if it's on.
Certainly will, yeah.
But I think
repeat of last season would be good.
Oh, wouldn't it just? But come in, was it 5 or 6-0?
5, wasn't it? I think, wasn't it 5?
I just didn't think Emily turned up for that game, but that'd be great if we could do that again if it's on. Well, they've got some good players there, and I mean they've got a majority of the players that were there last season. The guy who's scoring all the goal, Mick's son, Joe Jagger, just hitting them, knocking them in for fun at the moment. Leading scorer, isn't he, on about 21? So this early in the season, wow, that's phenomenal. And he's got other guys to back him up as well, but he's the main man, Joe Jagger. They've just got experience and youth all over the field. So, as I say, Barton Town will really have to be at the best, which they will be. They'll be G'd up by the management. But as I say, I don't know about what you think. I can't see it being on. I really can't. It's rained all day today. It rained last night all night. It was raining through the night. So it just seems to be raining. It's not St. Swithin's Day, is it, or anything like that? See, mate.
I know.
I think we'll be putting an arc on the Easy Buys pitch. I think at the moment.
Yeah, it'll be needed. Yeah, I don't think it's forecast to stop till about late morning tomorrow.
Oh, so well,
that'll be too late, probably, won't it?
Yeah. So it'll be looking for another. I think we'll be looking for a football fix somewhere else. That's by the by. What I do want to talk about, though, Richard, as well, is we have a match on Wednesday night, don't we? If I'm not mistaken, have we got Albion on Wednesday night?
We have. Is it Wednesday night?
Yes, I think it's a Wednesday at Albion. So again, Albion are a funny team, aren't they? I mean, did they lose on Saturday? Was it Winton they lost to at home on Saturday? I'm sure they did. Funny team, Albion. I expected a little bit more from them because they seem to have got some players in, some good players in, and they played this first match of the season and they looked solid with a capital S, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. Looked a good side, didn't they? Yeah,
they did. Yeah, and they've been a little bit up and down. I think the mid-table or mid to higher at the moment. But I was expecting. They were my dark horses for doing well this season. But as long as they don't do very well on Wednesday night, that's all we're bothered about. But again, they've got some good lads in there. Aaron Bassey, captain, lots and lots of skill. One or two others who can really give us a battle, give us a game, and that's at Farsley's ground, isn't it? You like going to Farsley's ground, don't you?
It is. It's great facilities if you're commentating.
Yeah, not very nice to get to.
No, horrible to get to.
Yeah, anywhere in Leeds is difficult, isn't it?
So, it is. Yeah, it is.
But it'd be well worth the visit if we get 3 points or manage to get a point. I mean, the journey to Huddersfield to Golka was a long, long journey, and it was a long, long journey back as well. So, don't want many of them.
That's right. I've just had a quick look. Albion Sports 11th in the table.
11th in the table. So they're doing a lot better than they usually do, then, Richard, because you're usually struggling, aren't they?
Yeah, it's interesting to see Knaresborough Town up to 9th.
Yes, another one of those slow burners, Richard.
Yeah.
Our favourite club. They have the Houdini fix on Barton Town. I'm afraid I don't think I've ever seen us win. I've never seen us win Knaresborough. We've had some really humdingers in games. I think one game a few seasons ago was 4-0 down at half time, and it was just what's happened. second half to come out. I think get back to 4-3. Then we give a penalty claim turned down. They go up the other side of the other end of the pitch and score, make it 5-3. So it was certainly a good game. Yeah, it was a good game. But yeah, Knaresborough another one to look at. But I think one or two of these teams we might start to drop off a little bit. I don't know what your feelings are there.
Yeah, I'm surprised to see them there.
I am really, because I mean, I didn't. Well, they played all right against us, didn't they? We did comment that they was actually playing some decent football, because usually
they're a good lad up front, don't they? He was impressive lad up front.
Yeah, he was, and the wingers weren't playing too bad, were they, when they played us? But it's always a difficult place to go there. The pitch is not the best. It's quite open, isn't it, as well? But can make excuses up all day long. They just keep beating us, and that's the end of it. Yeah. We will get our revenge. It's simple as that. A lot of averages will get our revenge.
Yeah.
So I said, if the game don't happen on Saturday due to the weather, we've got an away game on Wednesday night. So that should be quite good.
And one thing I did notice off Twitter today was Chris Spinks saying his goodbyes.
Yes, I don't know what's happened to Chris. I don't know where he's going or what he's doing, or nobody said anything. I'll probably find out tomorrow. I'm just wondering whether he's linked back up with Leon Sewell at goal if he's playing. Right. But I just don't know. I don't know. He might have gone back to Hall Road, or he might have just said, "I'm not playing any more football," because it is quite a commitment, isn't it, to play at this level?
Yeah, it certainly is. Yeah,
it's a hell of a commitment, because you've got your training, and then you've usually got your 2 games a week. So it's a lot of commitment to do it, and all these lads work full time. There's very few who don't work full time. They're all the students. So as I say, it's a hell of a commitment, man. It's a commitment for us as well, isn't it? Going to see all these games and commentating. It just doesn't happen overnight, although it maybe sounds like it does. Probably sounds as though we're making some as we go along, but we won't go into that. I don't think we'll top our Hemsworth one where we got we it wasn't our fault really, because we got the team sheet, didn't we? And we had one gentleman on it, and it wasn't him; it was somebody else. But we went through the whole game, and he says, "Oh, he's not playing." I thought, "Well, what's he on the team sheet for?"
Yeah, so that's right. Yeah,
can you remember that?
Yeah, you're reliant on team sheets.
We are. Until we know the lads. I mean, some of the teams we're getting to know quite well, aren't we? But the amount of swapping and changing within different teams, it's difficult to keep on top of them, really, isn't it?
That's right.
So,
yeah.
As long as we know the Barton players, I think we should be all right.
Yeah.
So, well, that's about it then, Richard.
Yeah. We hope we get a game on Saturday, but we're not hopeful. And
yeah, we're not hopeful. I mean, I'm even thinking of doing a terrible thing and going to watch Ferriby possibly, because they're playing Golka.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, so go cheer Golka on, I think.
Yeah, that Ferriby pitch can take a lot of rain, so they've got good drainage in it as well. So I don't think that'll be on, I would have thought.
Yeah, that'll be on. Winton are away, and they're away at Hallam. So I think Winton's chairman said it's very doubtful that game will be on.
Yeah.
So, but you just never know. I mean, we need a good drying wind. That's what we need, a good drying wind. But I don't think we're going to get
Ferriby, I see we've got a new date for the game in It's going to be in January.
Yeah, early January. It's the first week. It's the 6th.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. Well, that'll be great just after Christmas.
Yeah.
So
probably off.
Pardon?
It'll probably be off.
It probably will be, yeah. And then the Ferriby faithful will be calling us Tin Pot again, I'm afraid. Throwing expressions like that. They should know every penny counts in this league. You know, we're not millionaires. Nobody is. Nobody's Billy Big Time either. Even Ferriby aren't Billy Big Time, although some of the fans probably think they are.
Yeah. And
We're
there's a big clue in Barton's ground's name, isn't there? Marsh Lane. That's a bit of a clue.
Well, absolutely. But as I was chatting to somebody about the ground, since when I was a young lad, it didn't really. It was a bit boggy, but very rarely got called off. But since they've moved the ground round, built on it, and then the cricket field end, there used to be a big dike running all the way along, and then a big dike around all the way around the ground. Now that dike's been filled in. Obviously, there'll be a little pipeway there. The dike where the car park is, that doesn't seem to be. It seems to be full of weeds and what have you, because you can't dredge them because of all the wildlife in there.
Right.
I don't know since when has rats and frogs been wildlife.
Yeah.
I do know. So, and then obviously there was a little bit of a dike or a waterway where the houses were at the roadside. So all that's gone. So surely that possibly might have a knock-on effect on why the pitch floods. I just don't know. But that as a kid, I remember that there was all that around because there's plenty of frogs and rats in there and newts and all sorts of horrible things. Dear me, yeah. Oh God, toads as well. They were huge toads. You never see great big white toads. You never see them anymore, do you?
No.
Absolutely frightening as a kid. Oh, awful. And rats as big as cats. They were big. Oh, they were big, Richard. By heck. You had to be brave down Marsh Lane. You needed your armour on, and walk around with bike clips on all the time, even though you didn't have a bike. So yeah, happy days. Not. Yeah. So, but yeah, so it should be. We've got some good games coming up, and I think Barton are in a decent place. They're playing some decent football, aren't they?
Yeah,
like
definitely. Yeah,
we just need that little bit of magic, that little bit of luck to get 3 points, because we're drawing quite a few games at the moment, aren't we?
For the latest Barton Town news and information, visit the club's website at www.bartontownfc.co.uk.
That's it for this edition of Swans Talk. Thanks for listening.